High reps or low reps? How about all reps? So there's a couple things with high reps versus low reps. There's no versus though. So there's a time to use high reps. There's a time to use low reps. Me personally, I grow best and I progress best on doing low reps. So 5 reps. Many strength programs will have you doing 5 reps. That's great to build a base, to build a foundation. And you have to have a foundation to have a great body. So this applies to everyone, I would say, not just bodybuilders. This applies to everyone. So I would do your strength program first. If you've never been in the gym before or you've never trained before, I would start with a 5x5 type of workout. And there's a reason why it's called the novice 5x5, because it's great for the novice. So there will be a time where you've been, let's say, doing this program, or you're doing upper, lower, a more intermediate type of program, or you're just doing a bodybuilding like 5-day, 6-day split, something like that, or 4-day or whatever. There will be a time where that low reps, those 5 reps aren't really benefiting you anymore, and you will have to switch to high reps. But why wouldn't it be benefiting for you anymore if it was the best system to begin with? So, my opinion, systemic fatigue and localized fatigue. Fatigue will eventually set in place. Your joints will start to hurt and you can't get any stronger, and the nutrition is perfect. This is just assuming that your nutrition is good, and everything else, supplements wise and so on. There will be a time where the low reps, the 5 rep sets, will start to hurt your joints. And I've experienced that many times. The way to get around it and still be able to train with the motivation and having the endorphins released and the norepinephrine and the serotonin, the dopamine uptake from training and working out. There's so many benefits to working out and to training, but sometimes it hurts. And why is that? Because the lower reps and achieving and looking for that, next 10 pounds on the squat or the bench or the deadlifts, or like I want to get a 600 pound deadlift or a 400 pound bench press, that will eventually need to have some type of a break. So I would switch to high reps when you have more systemic fatigue, Or let's say you want to train 6 days a week instead of 4 days because you're obsessed, like me. I have to change up my rep scheme to have my joints be able to handle the high frequency of training. And I definitely want to go to the gym. I don't want to just, do nothing because that's boring to me, at least. I want to be able to train frequently because I love it, and it's very stress relieving. It's very it's something I'm just really obsessed with, and it's great. I love it. So at that point, when your joints start to have aches and pains and stuff, aside from doing mobility, that should be in place all the time. And you shouldn't be ego lifting. You shouldn't be just lifting for the weight, because the weight doesn't really matter at that point. What matters is, how do you feel after you work out? If it's starting to beat you up, I would start to switch to 10 to 20 rep sets, somewhere in that range. So what I would do is I would take, like, let's say, squats out of the equation for a short period of time, maybe like a week or two or something like that. Or maybe you want to do leg press, you want to do more hack press or hack squat or whatever, or more machines. That's where high reps can really give you a break, and it can really be a good refresher for the body and for the joints especially, and stimulate different metabolic fatigue. Because when you are training, particularly in the higher rep range, you're more training your metabolic system, and that will trigger more muscle growth. That's a good thing, because if you have more muscle, the less likely you are to get injured in, like, let's say, a car accident, if that happened, or like you fell down or someone pushed you over or something like that, or you got in a fight. More muscle on your body is going to protect you, in a way. That's just my opinion on that. So please comment down below, let me know your thoughts. What do you do to take a break from the gym besides just taking a break? Because I guess there's a lot of different ways to go about it, but high reps versus low reps, I would use them both. I would use them maybe on, like, I would swap out low reps to high reps from, like, maybe a monthly basis, for like a week or two, or if you want to train more than 4 days a week, I would say at some point you're going to, like myself for example, going to have to switch to higher reps and go for more of the pump. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with training, for the pump, because that's fun. But most of the time I'm doing lower reps. I'm doing more strength work because that's what I enjoy the most. But I can't always do it, and that's okay. So if you're looking for a great program, I have 2 programs on my website, packspray.com. And everything I use, the supplements I use very little supplements, but the ones that I do use work. And I have them in the description, so check the description for everything. I am an Amazon affiliate, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Comment, definitely comment, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.